I'll be having a lead investigation role. I'll be investigating all of the police-involved shootings, the instances of serious use of force by the police department, and also death in custodies. So primarily with the Sacramento Police Department, but also the Sacramento Fire Department doing special investigations.
Okay, great. How are you feeling? I guess on a personal level, how are you feeling stepping into this role? It's a first of its kind opportunity that we've had
Mhm.
here in Sacramento. We've never had somebody in this role, as you know. So how are you feeling about stepping into this?
Well, I mean, I'm a little anxious, but I'm very confident in my abilities, confident in my role, and I'm excited to get started and doing good work.
Absolutely. And so let's see here. I'm wondering how much independence do you expect to be getting in this position? Do you know?
Complete independence. So I won't be working for the Sacramento Police Department or for the Sacramento Fire Department. All of my investigations will be 100% independent and ultimately transparent.
Can you speak on how important that is to really get that independent look at these investigations? Because that's something that our own police department has faced criticism of in the past.
Yeah, and I think with Senate Bill 1421, that does a pretty good job of kind of pushing departments to be more transparent. Um, as far as how important that independence is, I think it's vital. I think it's always a good idea to have an independent person look at something as important as a police involved shooting or a serious use of force.
Okay, and then let's see here. We have heard some previous concerns made by a group called the Sacramento Community Police Review Commission, and that's something. Let's see, the concerns that this group has made in the past was that City Council was taking no actions on their recommendations as part of this commission, and that some of their concerns that they brought up to the table on the city level were essentially falling on deaf ears. So I'm wondering if you think that your position could maybe be an answer to that, or if you think that it is going far enough.
Um, I mean, I think it would definitely help. So after I complete my investigation, my report is going to be made public. So it's going to be made public to the commission and I assume to the people of Sacramento, where I'll walk step by step what I did, why I ruled the way I ruled, what kind of findings I found, my legal analysis, and all of the investigative steps I took to get to my ultimate conclusion. And like I said, I'll make this report to the commission, and they in an area where they can ask me questions and grill me if they choose to. And again, I think I think that pushes transparency, and I think that's needed.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's something that community members are excited to have. Almost this outside person who doesn't necessarily report to, Chief Han per se.
Mhm.
You are totally independent, like you said. So I wanted to just go back to that process of what we can expect to see from you in the event that, God forbid, we do have another use of force incident here in Sacramento, and you are called in to do your independent
Mhm.
investigation. What is the process that we can expect to see come out of that? Like, what's your time frame of when you expect to release findings on that, or if you have like a 30-day deadline or something? And then what happens moving forward after those findings are released?
Okay, so I'll try to answer all of those questions. The first and foremost is my job is to do a very thorough, independent investigation. So it's monitoring the interviews with the police officer. It's also interviewing people in the community who may have saw or heard the incident. It's analyzing all of the police reports. It's also analyzing all of the forensic evidence that is collected and tested. So in doing a thorough investigation and getting all this information, the timing of maybe a small issue. I mean, I'll try to work hard to be as timely as possible and to do these things as quickly as possible. But also you want it to be thorough. You know, I don't want to do a cursory investigation. So it could take a year, but so it kind of depends on the complexity of the case and what and how many moving parts there is. Um, to answer your second question, so after the report is kind of made public, the city manager still has the authority and the power to discipline the police officers. I won't have any authority to discipline the police officer. It's just making a finding based off of the available evidence and statements, and of course the California law.
Okay, great. And then will the, just to clarify, will the city manager, I know you said the city manager does have that ability to make any kind of, to take any kind of actions against those officers involved. So will that decision be based on the findings in your investigation, or how does that work?
So I don't think solely based. The city manager gets a report from the police department. I believe they get a report also from the district attorneys. They do their own independent investigation, and then now my report. So I don't think they can make a decision before the report. But you know, it's a new position. It's a new thing, so there may be a little bit of bugs that we'll have to work out along the way. But yeah, so they will ultimately have the final. This is the city manager will ultimately have the final say on the final decision.
Okay, great. And then I know we kind of already touched on this, but I just kind of wanted to hammer this point home because you know, as you are well aware of, use of force issues are they're in our headlines every day. We're talking about the Chauvin trial daily. As you know, we've had some tragedies here in Sacramento with the Stephon Clark family, as I'm sure you are aware of. So I just want to know, do you think that this position has enough authority to enact positive change and positive oversight over an organization as big as the Sacramento Police Department?
You know, I think this position it's just I don't think there will ever be like a magic wand that you wave over something. It's taken steps to get close to the ultimate goal, and I think this position definitely takes that step in being independent. I'm not a police officer. I don't report to the police department. I don't really report even to the police commission. You know, my job is to be impartial and unbiased as much as I can be. So I don't think there's one size fits all or a magic wand that will make everything better, but I definitely think that this is at least a step in the right direction of being timely, being independent, and being transparent. I think the community really, I think those are the issues that the community wants. And also coming up, I definitely will be reaching out to community leaders and activists and trying to get their you know, a historical take, what they think is issues in the city of Sacramento.
And my last question for you, because I don't want to keep you guys on here too long, but speaking of those community leaders and those advocates that we've heard from for years, they've called for change within the Sacramento Police Department. They want to see more accountability. They want to see more transparency. They want to see these independent investigations. And we're going to be hearing from some of those advocates in our piece today. So I'm wondering, do you have a certain message you want those advocates and also just regular community members here in Sacramento? What is that message that you want them to hear coming from your own voice, not mine?
Oh, wow. You know, I'm here, you know, to be honest, to be transparent. I hope to meet with many of them in the upcoming weeks. You know, my job is to be transparent, to keep the communication lines as open as possible. So I'm open to talk. I'm open to chat. If they need anything from me, they can always they know where to find me. But yeah, you know, I'm excited to get to work. I'm excited to speak to them, and I'm excited to conduct my investigations. But please remember, I have to be you know, impartial as much as possible.